base class and so WebDriver factory class related methods we'll understand. First, let's understand WebDriver factory class. So what is this? Okay, so this class mainly used for browser related configurations, browser launching related code. We are going to keep it here. And so logger, and first line you have to write a logger. So private static final logger log equal to log manager dot get logger. So this is the so you have to import while using that logger. You have to import this org dot apache dot logging dot log4j dot logger org dot apache dot logging dot log4j dot log manager. Okay, so these two, remember that from Apache. So Apache logging log4j, these two you have to import. So once you import log manager dot get logger, so this class dot the class dot get name. So automatically the logger will get the this class loggers one by one. And first resource bundle means these are the resources. So whatever the config.properties, everything is there from that file. If you want to get some properties, you can use this resource bundle. And then, so if you want to highlight, I just declared one highlight property. This highlight property I'll get from this config.properties. So how to get, I'll show you that from properties file, how you can read so the data. One is using properties class, right? You can do that. Other way, easiest way is this resource bundle existing class. Okay. So this resource bundle class is used to read the config.properties data. So private static final WebDriver factory instance equal to new WebDriver factory. So what we are doing, we are creating an instance for this class. Creating an instance for this class. See, I made private. So what will happen? If you make an instance of particular class, a private, so you can use only in this class, right? You cannot use in other classes. But how can you access this WebDriver instance in another places? So that is what I'm going to show you now. See, one I made a default constructor as a private constructor. So we made default constructor is private. So nothing, I am not implementing anything, but I want to get this instance. How can I get that instance? See, I made a public method, public static. So this method returns WebDriver factory object. So return instance. So this is the, so these two are called, that means these two are allowing to create only one instance per class. So only one object you can create. This is called singleton design pattern, we call this. So for any class, you can stop creating a object, multiple objects by declaring a private constructor. And you declare this private, so object instance, then you return this. So return this, okay, this instance, and that you make a public, so that you can call this method wherever you want this instance. So because this is a public method, right? Public method you can call anywhere. And that is how you can access, and you can restrict creating multiple objects, and you're accessing this anywhere, wherever you want. So this is the, no, if you reduce creating multiple objects, means obviously you're saving the memory, right? So that is possible with a singleton design pattern. Remember this. What is singleton design pattern? So, limiting a class to have only one object, one instance. So not more than one. So that is called singleton. How you can implement this singleton design pattern? So you declare the instance variable, this object reference variable as a private, and one private constructor. So any class have a private constructor which restricts. You cannot create object in another classes for this class. So which restrict the creating more than one objects for the class. You cannot create objects outside. Only in the same class you can create because of this private constructor. Okay, clear? Then one more very important, thread local class. Thread local, this is the generics, right? Thread local class is a predefined class in Java. What it will do is it will give this variable to each instance. So that's the main purpose of this thread local, why you need to take. For example, you're running parallelly. So each instance, this variable will be passed separately. So that purpose you're using this thread local class. And first one, you get the driver. First you get the driver, which driver you want. Which driver means which browser you want run. So that is what I'm building this method here. So get driver. So public, this method is returning a WebDriver instance. So resource bundle equal to resource bundle dot get bundle of config. So config means it loads all the config.properties file. So it reads, and this is assigning to resource bundle object. WebDriver driver, I'm declaring a null. So highlight rb dot get string highlight. This is available in this properties file. In this properties file. So that value you are getting here and assigning to this variable. If TL driver dot get equal to null, then try catch block. If browser dot equals singular case of Firefox, so launch the Firefox browser. Say I created driver equal to new Firefox driver and TL driver dot set, and this driver I'm setting for the thread local. Else if Chrome, same Chrome options I'm creating, and creating object for Chrome driver and setting the TL driver dot set driver. Else if so IE browser, same driver equal to new Internet Explorer driver, same for IE browser also. Edge browser. Nowadays nobody is using IE browser. Only Edge is a replacement of. So IE replacement is Edge only. So you can use Edge browser also here. So else if you want to run in headless mode, and you call that method. So get Chrome options method. Get Chrome options method. Just I'm passing. Automatically it will go to that incognito or headless mode, whatever mode you want, how you want to run. If you want both, you can call there itself. So if all these are not true and else part, so one part will execute. So the set Chrome options, the Chrome browser will instantiate by default. So then, so get driver dot manage method dot delete all cookies. So I'm just created one get driver instance here, which returns a WebDriver so object. That's a get driver. That's get driver I'm using. Okay. So get driver dot manage method dot implicitly wait. See that this duration dot of seconds constants dot implicit wait. So this is the maximize the browser. So get driver is like a driver, right? Till now we are using a driver. That's a driver. So that's the maximize method. We are using maximization. Then return the get driver. So this is all set up. One place only we are writing this. Before we used to write every class, right? Now we stop at that. So only one place we will write. And then same for fit driver. So get driver dot fit. Get driver is basically a driver instance, web driver instance. So get driver is nothing but a driver object. So quit, it will quit the browser and you're setting null. So these are all, you can disable the info bars. Any info bars are coming on that. See how we are doing that. Chrome options equal to new Chrome options. So this method returns a Chrome options object. So options dot add arguments, disable info bars. Options dot set accept insecure sites. For example, when you're accessing HTTPS website, you will get a first authentication thing. So that secure sites. So that it will be accepted automatically. That's one thing. Same for Firefox also I have written the same. For Firefox, you have to use a Firefox options class. Whatever the options you want to set in the Firefox, you have to use a Firefox options class. That options dot, these are the methods in this class. Set accept in secure sites. And Edge browser also for Edge options class. So disable info bars. So like that you can use all of them. Then, so this is the headless I told you. This is the how to run in headless mode. If anybody asks you, create object for Chrome options equal to new Chrome options. So options dot add arguments hyphen headless equal to new you can put. Okay. So for example, you want to run incognito. So options dot add arguments. So within double quotes hyphen incognito. That's it. So it will run incognito. Same for the Firefox also. So you can put that. Otherwise, if you don't want all this, you can put there itself. So in the setup method is there, right? Get driver. There itself, you can add these lines there itself. If you don't want to make another methods. Okay, that's the one thing. Read property value. You can read the property values. I mentioned, in Java using properties class, but we are using a resource bundle, very easy one. You don't need to write all these steps, right? Reading the config directory. So this config properties file, and then load all the properties. Then so prop.get property of this key you are giving. So this is also ready-made method. You don't need to write. Just call this method. Where whatever the key value you want to read from this file, you can just call this method. So this method is a static method. So you know how to call static methods. Class name dot static method and give the parameter. Which parameter you want to read from this config dot properties. And these are all random string. You want to generate alpha, so alphabetic randomly, 5 alphabets. And this is the method. So already ready-made class and method. You don't need to do anything, but it's a return type method. Random number if you want to generate. So you have random string utils dot random numeric, and 10 numbers will generate. So random alpha numeric. So you call this method and this method, random alphabetic, random numeric, and then join them. So I'm generating a random alpha numeric for the mail ID purpose, right? So that's how you can use that. And I created a get screenshot. So I'm generating a screenshot based on the timestamp, and take screenshot of get driver, and file source take screenshot dot get screenshot as output type file. Then you copy this source to this destination, and file utils dot copy file this source into this destination. So new file destination. So where I'm copying this screenshot, there is a screenshot folder we created under this. So user directory plus screenshots plus this. So this screenshot name and underscore and timestamp dot png. So here it will copy this source file. So this is the how to take the screenshots. Not necessary you have to keep here only. You can keep even in the WebDrive utils also. Okay. So this is all about basic no, setup of the browser launching, browser closing, and some reusable methods. That's it. One time, so methods we are going to write. Okay. So that's it for the day. And next